Hi, I'm Barb, Maple PhD, and as an astronomer, I see the universe in everything that I do, including board games. In this series, I am taking a random walk through the Board Game Geek mechanisms and seeing where I see those at work in the universe and the way that we study it. This time, I'm taking a look at the mechanism of area majority or area influence. This is a mechanism where typically players will play pieces on a board, and based on whoever has the majority in a certain area, they'll get some kind of benefit. It could be resources, it could be points, or it could be something else. One example of a game that uses this is Beyond the Sun. This is a game where players are building out a tech tree, and one of the things they can do as they're building that out is to explore new planets. And the place where the area majority comes into play is on that planet board. As players are moving around there, they're going to gain military influence on the different planets. And whoever has the most on each particular planet, they'll get to place one of their production discs on that planet. This will give them a little bit extra production at the end of their turn for population or goods. The other way it comes into play is that only the player who has the military majority on a planet is able to colonize it. Another game that uses area majority is Rome. This is a game where players are wandering the countryside trying to rescue people who have lost their memory in some kind of catastrophic something that happened in the land. Basically what you're doing is you're playing out player pieces on the different cards in the field. You can only play them in certain patterns based on other cards that you've claimed throughout the game. And then once a card is filled with player pieces, you'll evaluate who has the most. That player will get to keep that card, and everyone else will get a coin as compensation. So in the universe, area majority makes me think of gravity, and in particular, black holes and the way that we think about them. So one of the biggest misconceptions I hear often is that black holes are going to suck up everything in the universe. This isn't actually true. Their gravity isn't really any different than anything else, especially if you're far enough away. In fact, if I were looking at something through gravity alone, not thinking about light or anything else, but if I knew exactly how much gravity something had, I wouldn't be able to tell if that was a black hole or a large star or something else. I need other clues to know what's there. But when you do get close to a black hole, it does have some crazy effects. So when you get really close to a black hole, it can bend light. You get close enough, you can't, of course, get out unless you're faster than the speed of light, which nothing is. One of my favorite things is this visualization showing what an accretion disk around a black hole looks like. So this accretion disk is actually a flat disk, but the gravity is so strong that it is bending the light from the backside, the accretion disk that's on the backside of the black hole, towards us. And that's why it looks like there's this loop around the black hole plus the little disk in front. That's an optical illusion caused by the really strong gravity of that black hole. But again, if you got far enough away from that black hole, you'd be fine. It's not going to pull you in any more than anything else with gravity. And so I like to think about the region around a black hole where its gravity holds sway, as its area of influence. A little bit like if you had the most pieces of your player on a board, creating your black hole there, and maybe pulling in more of your pieces. So the next time you're playing a game and you are trying to get the most of your pieces in an area on the board, try summoning a black hole. Maybe that would win you the game. Might also be bad for the planet, but that's a whole other problem. So I'm going to be continuing this random walk through the Board Game Geek mechanisms, so be sure to come back and join me, like and subscribe to my channel so you know when the new videos come out. In the meantime, though, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter as MaplePhD, and I also have a blog at maplephd.com.